So I still don't really know what the purpose of this walk was. I think I was just exhausted and I needed a few days to chill out, to just relax and get away from people and get away from things and get away from home and all these things. I just needed a little bit of time to be by myself.
Okay, let's go. I've got my yin and yang socks on.
I thought a nice walk would fix me up, although looking back now, I can't tell if it helped me relax or if it just made me 10 times more exhausted. Now, I haven't done anything like this before, so I wasn't entirely sure what to pack.
Sleeping bag, sleeping mat, my pot, 2 bowls, gas cylinder, my mug, a little pillow. That is from a Stoic deodorant. Did you bring my toothbrush? Thank you. I've got my stove, sun cream, super cool.
Oh my god, it completely went out of focus. It was like, we can't capture how cool this is.
Some glasses, got a plastic bag. If I need to sing away some demons. A lighter, microwavable rice, chickpeas, lentils. These bad boys, 2 t-shirts, body warmer and a pair of leggings, waterproof trousers. This jumper, yeah, I'll drink beauty. Alright, bedroom. Sorted.
My family was pretty encouraging.
Don't mind him, he's filling up his bag with the presents. That is his bag of oats.
Let's see.
It's 3 days worth of breakfast right here.
What do you think about Louis' camping trip?
I think that he's gonna have a great time. We were just sitting at the dinner table and I was like, what are you gonna do for your 4 days off? And he was like, I don't know. I'm gonna walk to Glendalough. And I just think that it's rushed.
Yeah, they all were really confused. They had no idea what I was doing or why I wanted to do it. But they still said, okay, go for it, have fun. Once all my stuff was in the bag, I went to bed, woke up, had breakfast, had a shower, got ready, hit the road.
I'm just so excited to be fucking gone.
My spirits were high, I started walking, I was feeling fantastic. My legs were fresh, I was looking at all the cars as I was walking past this huge line of cars and I was thinking,
Fuck sitting in a car all day. Might as well just walk, huh?
I was so excited to be walking. I was so happy to be so excited and everything was just marvelous. So I left the house with a pretty clear goal in mind. I'd walk from my front door to the Glendalough Visitor Centre and back, which is 100 kilometres with 1,200 metres of elevation. And I would do that over the space of 4 days. I had to be back on Thursday because I had a birthday party, which I said I'd attend. All right, I'm about an hour and a half in and the sun finally decided to make an appearance. Sailor t-shirts are out. It's summer, baby. I'm having a great time. What more could you ask for? Way! About an hour or two into the walk, I spotted this lovely church. And I'm not particularly religious, but I can't say no to a good church. I can't walk past one without going in if it's open or at least peeking my head in through the window. I don't know what it is about churches, but I just love how peaceful they are and how calm they make you feel and how beautiful they are inside, even if they're really simple. They just feel like really nice spaces. So anyway, I went straight in and I sat down. I thought about, the excitement of the walk ahead. I got up, lit a candle. Now as I was on my way out, I saw a little book of intentions. And I thought that was sweet. I looked in, people were praying for their family members. People were praying for, actually I think it was mostly their family members. But I wrote down my intention. Anyway, my intention was to just have a nice walk. And it sounds really simple, and it sounds kind of stupid when I think back on it, but that was all I was really thinking about at the time. That's all I really cared about. I just wanted to have a nice, chill walk. I decided to bring my climbing shoes along because I like to climb, and I'd only climbed outside once before, but I work in a climbing gym and I've climbed a lot indoors, so I thought, I'm gonna do a little bit of climbing. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Still protected. Aim for the bushes. Sweet. Let's find this pad. Alright. And I fell off loads, and I actually didn't complete any climbs that I hadn't completed before. So it wasn't a complete success, but I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Quick hand update. Fingers still bleeding, still fairly calloused, still covered in chalk. But they feel really strong. I kept walking and walking, and I made a friend. Hello, friend. Yes. Hello. Oh, you're so sweet, aren't you? Look at your hair. It's magnificent. Oh, you're getting a bit close, buddy. Aw. All right, buddy. I'll see you later. Have a good day. Whoa. Mwah. Bye-bye. And after I said goodbye to that friend, I walked some more. Oh yeah. Sick. I've been walking for like 3 or 4 hours now, and I've made it to Enniskerry village. Boom. First sign spotted. Looks like we're going that way. I got to Enniskerry, which is a beautiful little town. I got excited, went into the coffee shop. It's time for lunch number 1. We're having tuna with Tabasco and a flat white. I've already eaten my cookie, so this is dessert. Okay. Oh my god, might sound crazy, but the more I eat of this, the more I'm enjoying it. Lunch was amazing. Gourmet, really good food, really chill. And my energy started to restore. I'd been walking for like 5 hours at that stage. So I was pretty happy to be sitting down. Had a nice chat with the ladies in the coffee shop. They were shocked that I was gonna walk to Glendalough. They were asking me if I was scared, and I was like, I don't think so. Why should I be scared? Before I left my house on Monday morning, I was convinced that I was going to go for this lovely walk, this lovely big walk, and I'd have loads of time to myself, loads of time to think and philosophize. That was great. And come to conclusions and get answers to all of my problems and questions, because I thought, 4 days just by myself, just walking, like, it would be impossible for me not to understand everything there is to understand about myself. Hello. No. What? What? Where did you all come from? No way. Oh my god. This is so nice. This is amazing. We go into nature and we walk, or we run, or we hike, or we do whatever it is that we like to do while surrounded by trees. We do it to clear our heads. You know, when you're saying, I'm gonna go for a walk to clear my head. For some reason I expected to go out and think loads, when in reality, I didn't think at all. my head was cleared like that. I just started walking and suddenly everything that I was thinking about before I left, problems or questions or whatever was like bouncing around in my head, just disappeared all of a sudden. And there were no problems anymore. I was just walking around happy as Larry, hardly thinking about anything. And it was so nice. It was so nice to just not think for a little bit.
It's now like 2:30. I've been walking since 7:30. My legs are starting to feel it. So I sat down. Anyway, I found this little river. Decided to take a little seat. Soak in the views. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna have some gummy bears. Maybe a little flapjack. And then hit the road soon.
Towards the end of that first day, I started to get really tired. You know, my legs were aching, my back started getting sore. I was not feeling particularly well at all. And that's actually when I started thinking again. But I wasn't thinking about stuff that happened before the walk, about my life, about ideas or anything. I just started thinking about how shit I felt. I started thinking about how sore my legs were, how much further away I'd have to walk, how tough the elevation was, how little water I had. I started to think all these negative things and I started to like feel a little down.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk on, there's like a road that goes along there in between the valley. So I need to walk through here, up and around, over there. And I think just around that corner, like just in the valley there, is the Eagles Crag. And that's where I'm gonna sleep tonight.
And I knew this would happen. Before I set off, I was like, there are going to be moments where I'm feeling shit and I just have to persevere through. And I did, to be fair to myself. But I went from wanting to think loads to thinking nothing to then thinking loads about the stuff I didn't want to be thinking about again. And it all felt kind of ironic.
Still making progress, still getting towards Eagles Crag. Energy levels are running low, but I found a shrine. This big, beautiful shrine next to this river. So I'm gonna take another little break and enjoy the view.
I wasn't feeling too well towards the end of that first day.
So I got to this little town, or at least I thought it was a town. It turns out it's just a collection of houses. And I thought there'd be a pub or a cafe or something I could fill up my water in. The only cafe is closed today and tomorrow. And there's no pub. It's probably the only town in the whole country with no pub. I'm gonna see if I can fill my water in the church. Because of course they have one of those. Couldn't find the tap in the graveyard and the church is closed, so I can't even get in. And I thought maybe I could ask one of the people in the houses to fill up my water bottle, but I don't see any people. All the houses seem to be completely empty. I don't see any cars or anything. This place is like a ghost town. So I'm gonna say bye to Jesus and I'm just gonna keep walking. And I'll just do with the water I have. I'll be grand. Okay, so it's 4 o'clock now, and that road there is pretty much where I'm ending up. At the top of that road, that is where I'm gonna set up camp.
When I got to the top of that hill, where the Eagles Crag is, holy shit, that was such a good feeling.
Yes! I've made it. Oh my god. I am so happy to be here. It is so beautiful. Wow.
When I was sitting there setting up my tent that first night, I was thinking to myself, oh, I must have walked about 30 or 35 kilometers today. Because I had no idea. I knew Glendalough was 50 kilometers from my house, and I was feeling really optimistic. I was like, oh, tomorrow I'll make it to Glendalough, no problem. I'll chill there for the evening, maybe do even a hike around Glendalough. And I was feeling fantastic and I was excited. I know now that Eagles Crag is 23 kilometers away from here. So I wasn't even halfway there. And I had hardly done any elevation.
All right, I've set up camp. It's time for some dinner. We're gonna have chicken flavor microwave rice with microwave lentils. This is like as good as it gets, really, in terms of eating out here. Let me show you what's going on. Oh yeah, not bad, huh? Not too bad at all. Dinner's ready. So, a bit of Tabasco. Bon appetit. I'm so wrecked. It's like 6:15 now. And I'm just gonna get into bed and read until I fall asleep. It's also starting to drizzle, so I don't really want to be outside and get wet. It's still bright, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fall asleep, but I'll definitely try. I got into bed for a bit. I got into bed for like an hour, and then got sick of the fact that my tent was on a slant. So I was like sliding to one side. It wasn't like slanted towards my head or my feet, it was slanted towards my left side. So I kept slipping down there. So I got up, moved the tent. I was like, fuck, I feel a bit stiff. I'll go for a little walk. Went for a little walk around the lake. It was lovely. I saw some sticks for a fire. I thought, I'd love a cup of tea. So I came, made a fire, and I'm gonna make myself a little cup of tea. That night was so fucking tough. It was so cold. I set up my tent on this marshy, wet land right next to the lake, and I didn't realize this. And to be honest, I didn't really care because there's no way I was walking any further. Good morning. So it's day 2 now. I'm currently making some breakfast. I woke up about half an hour ago. I didn't sleep too well last night, to be honest. I didn't really sleep at all. It was a whole lot colder than I expected. So I ended up having to wear, all my clothes in my sleeping bag, including my jacket and my hat and my trousers and my leggings and my body warmer and everything. It was really cold and I didn't really get to sleep until the sun came up and the temperature rose a little bit. I suppose like 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and I slept for like an hour or an hour and a half. And the whole night I spent thinking about how I was gonna get home. And I thought I was just gonna maybe just walk home, or else hitchhike back down Ascari and then get the bus, or walk back down Ascari and get the bus, or walk all the way home today. But yeah, I was basically plotting my escape. Now that I'm awake, now that I've moved around a bit, I can feel my legs are really stiff. I don't know how much walking I can get done today, but I decided not to go home. I decided I'm gonna keep going.
I'm going to have my breakfast. I'm going to have a little cup of coffee. I'm going to then walk to Glendalough and complete the mission. I've packed up, ready to go, saying bye to the lake. This amazing spot that treated me oh so well. So I set off that second day, thinking that I was like maybe 5 kilometers away from Lara, which is the town that's like right before Glendalough. And I knew I'd be able to fill up my water there. So I had no problem using water for coffee, for porridge. I was like, grand, I'm just, a little bit further on, I'll be able to get some water, it'll be fine. So I had hardly any water left when I set off on the second day. So Glendalough, according to this sign, still 21 kilometers away, which is grand. So I'm gonna have a little bit of food here, a little flapjack, and then I might sit in the sun for a little bit. It's out. Recharge the bones, recharge the legs, and then get going towards Glendalough. Yeah. So I'm running pretty low on water, but it looks like the universe has just sent me a gift. A water-shaped gift. It's not much, but it'll do. The universe has blessed me again with more water. For hours and hours, I was just walking with no idea how much further I was going to be. So I'm still walking. The landscape hasn't really changed much. I think it's about 12:30 now, maybe nearly 1. My legs are really starting to ache. I took a paracetamol to try to calm them down a bit. My ankles and behind my knees are starting to hurt. I don't really know how far away Glendalough is anymore. I'm hoping about 10 kilometers, hoping I'm about halfway from Sallygap. The sun is out. Well, it was out until I started recording. So that's nice. Thank you to the kind Uruguayans and Argentinians who gave me some water. Legends. Also got sticks now. Do you know what I love about walking? It's these little spots that you see when you're just walking up across the road, and you see them and you think, oh, I could sit down there for a little minute and enjoy the sun and maybe take a little sip of water, have a few gummy bears, maybe a little bit of flapjack, and recharge. I've driven past here probably 10 times. I've done this drive, and I've never noticed this bridge or this lovely spot to sit next to the river, let alone get out of the car and enjoy it. I've also cycled through here, and I did not stop my bike to get off and enjoy it. And while I was walking across, I saw the spot and I thought, oh, that looks lovely. But I wasn't really convinced about sitting down. I thought, oh, I should keep going. I don't really have time to sit down, but I actually do have loads of time because I'm not in any rush. Just gotta take it chill. I keep forgetting to sit down and enjoy these things because I'm just trying to race to Glendalough for some reason. For no reason at all. And I kept just trudging along. I finally made it to my first actual stop. Glen McNass Waterfall. Okay, it's lunchtime. Lunchtime by the river. Tin of tuna with Tabasco as the main. Flapjacks with gummy bears as the dessert, and a cup of coffee to wash it down. Not bad. Not bad at all. I was sure then that I was really close to Glendalough. I was like, okay, the bulk of the day's over. Glenlough's just around the corner. It's all downhill. I'll be fine. No problem. Just I'll rest up here a little bit and then keep going. And I was so excited. And I was so calm and so happy. That was as good as it got. After I set off again from the waterfall, my ankle started to hurt a lot more. And I think I started to lose my mind a little from the dehydration. I was in a lot of pain. The sun was beating down on me. I was sunburnt. I wasn't feeling well at all. And I was really starting to lose hope. But I kept walking. Okay, so it's about 10 to 6. My ankle is starting to get really bad. Oh, wow. Wow. The deer. Wow. They ran. They ran from me. Oh. Yeah, my ankle's starting to get really bad. I can't really walk much anymore. Like I'm just tipping along, and my knee on that same leg is starting to give in as well. So I'm weighing out my options. In my mind, Lara was just a kilometre or two from the Glen McNass waterfall. I thought I'd get there pretty quickly. So as I was walking down the road and I kept seeing it go further and further and not ending, I was really shocked and I slowed down a lot. I can't believe how fucking long this road is from the waterfall. I thought it was just like a kilometre or two at most. But it's so fucking long. Oh, it's like the longest road I've ever seen in my life. Oh. How you doing? How you doing? You're nearly there.
Over there, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. I thought it would take me like 20 minutes to get to Lara, where I'd be able to fill up my water. It did not. I looked at the map now, and it was not a kilometre or two. It was 7.5 kilometres from the waterfall to Lara. And Google says it would take about an hour and a half to walk that. Yeah, no. It took me like 3 hours and 20 minutes. I have to make a note of this so that I don't forget. But I think one of the highlights of my trip was when a car drove past and a little girl was looking at me out the window. She had her head stuck out the window. She was like 4 or 5 and I waved at her and she waved back as she drove off. I think that's probably one of the sweetest things I've ever encountered in my whole life. It's so nice. So nice. I kept walking and hobbling along on my damaged ankle and my sunburnt face and my delirious thoughts. And I knew then I had to call it. I knew I wasn't going to find a campsite. I knew I wasn't going to be able to set up camp and, you know, chill and relax and rest and then wake up the next morning and continue walking. I was in so much pain, but I also knew that I couldn't completely give up. I couldn't just leave without making it to Glendalough and without at least completing part of my journey. So I kept walking. Okay, looks like I'm getting pretty close to Lara. Finally. I'm guessing it's around the corner. To some extent. I'm still hobbling along. I'm gonna make it to Glendalough. I fucking know it. Do you think one of you could come to my rescue by any chance? Yeah? That would be great. That would be great. I'm really close to Glendalough, but I'm going to make it to Glendalough
and I'd like to pick up from there. I'm getting picked up. But I am going to walk to Glendalough. I'm going to make it to Glendalough. But that's about as far as I'm going to make it. That's just it. My ankle is so fucked.
I enjoyed the walk. I really enjoyed the walk. I didn't mind the pain, I didn't mind the sunburn, the delirium, the dehydration. I didn't mind the fact that I didn't have all these deep thoughts like I thought I would. I just had fun. I had an adventure, and that's what I set out to do.
Welcome to Glendalough, baby.